go. So we get to start lying down. So if you'd like to gently come down onto your backs, get comfortable, and we'll start lying down. So once you're comfortable, I'd just like to take your focus onto your breathing. And we'll take those nice, full, deep breaths in and out. So with each deep breath in, we'll draw that breath down towards the stomach and the stomach to rise. As you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, like slowly circle the arms overhead, or we can interlace the fingers. And we'll just reach out to the whole length of the body. So we'll point the toes, reach the hands as far away from the top of the head as we can. Just focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. So we'll take one more deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll just release that stretch. We can release the arms and allow them to come down to about shoulder height. From here, we bring the soles of the feet together and just allow the knees to drop out to the sides. And as we hold here for a little while, just focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. We'll take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, I like to slowly start to lift the knees. So bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. Now from here, we're going to squeeze through the back of the legs and the glutes to lift the hips off the ground, lifting them as high as we feel we can. If this feels enough, just stay here. If we want a little bit more though, we can bring the hands underneath us, interlacing the fingers, and then we can just try and walk ourselves a little bit up onto our shoulders, lifting the hips a little bit higher, still squeezing through the back of the body. And again, we just focus on those deep breaths as we hold here. If it's getting too much of the hands underneath you, you can release them. We're not here for too much longer. And then take that deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release the hands. We can bring the arms back up to shoulder height and slowly lower the hips back down to the floor. And keeping the shoulders down, we're going to gently lower the knees to the right, taking them as low as we feel we can towards the floor. And we'll ease back to the center and out to the left. So just gently take those knees from side to side, keeping the shoulders down. And then if this movement's feeling good and you want to add a little extra in the next time we drop those knees to the right, we can try and take that left knee towards the right elbow. And we can do the same as you drop the knees to the left, right knee towards the left elbow. If it feels too much so, don't worry, just stick to dropping those knees from side to side. We want to keep those shoulders down either way so we get this nice movement to the hips, through the back of the body. And we've got one more option we can add in. If we want to, we can extend the leg, take the toes out towards the fingertips. But again, we keep the shoulders down as we do. And if it feels too much, again, don't worry. Knees towards the elbow, or just gently to side to side. And then one more time to each side. And we can gently hold back to the center. From here, we're going to lift the legs and we'll just hug the knees in towards the chest. So we'll take hold of the shins, draw the knees gently in towards you. We can bring a little bit of movement into the ankles. So just point and flex the feet, drawing the toes up towards the shins, pushing away again. About a few circles into the ankles too. So we gently start to circle the feet one way, still pointing and flexing the feet. Now we can change direction, cycling the feet back the other way. And we'll hold back to the center and just let the feet relax. From here, we'll draw the feet a little bit, we'll draw the knees a little bit closer in towards the chest. We're going to take the feet towards the ceiling, trying to take hold of the inside of the outside of the feet as possible. Trying to get the thighs as close to parallel to the floor as we can, as close to a 90-degree bend at the knee as we feel as possible. Now, if we can't reach the feet, don't worry, we can take hold of the shins or ankles. But again, like I said, wherever we are, we want to try and get the thighs as close to parallel to the floor, as close to a 90-degree bend at the knee as you feel as possible. And then we'll just hold here. So as we hold, just focus on those nice deep breaths. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release. And we'll hug the knees back in towards the chest. We can take a little rock from side to side, just so we spread our lower backs across the floor. We don't want to rock too far though, because we don't top labour. And then from here, we'll take the hands to the back of the thighs. And if you feel comfortable too, we're just going to gently rock and roll on the spot. Slowly bring ourselves towards the seated position. Now, if you don't feel comfortable rocking and rolling, gently just bring yourself to a seated position. Or if we're happy to build that little bit of momentum. And once we've got enough momentum, we can release the thighs. And rock and roll to a seated position. So here we're just going to sit up nice and tall. I want you to relax the shoulders. So we don't want to bring them up towards the ears at any point during this. We want to keep them relaxed the whole time. we're just going to bring some movement into the neck. So we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. And we're going to take the chin across towards the right collarbone. We're going to lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. And like I said, we don't want to lift the shoulders, so we're still keeping those shoulders pulled down. So we get this real nice stretch through the neck. Bring the head up to the center. We're going to go out to the left. So left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, keeping the shoulders down. Chin down towards the collarbone. Chin to the chest. And then go back out to the left. So chin goes back out towards the left collarbone. Ear back towards the left shoulder. To the center and then out to the right. So again, right ear towards the shoulder. Chin down to the collarbone. And chin to the chest. So we're just going to repeat that a few times, and every time we bring the chin to the chest, we'll go back the way we came. And then one more time each way. We can just hold the chin to the chest. From here, we're going to gently come around onto all fours. So whoever feels comfortable, bring the hands down. We'll step the legs back. So here the knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. And we're just going to bring some movement to the back of the body. So as you breathe out, I like to arch the spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe in, we're going to arch the spine the other way, pushing the chest down towards the floor. So we're just going time with our own breath. So if it feels more comfortable to have your breath the other way, that's absolutely fine. We're really trying to focus and bring as much movement to the back of the body as we feel as possible. And then just one more time each way. And we'll hold to the center. So from here, I like to take the legs as wide as you feel you can. So you take the knees apart, take them as wide as we feel we can. And then here, we want the ankles in line with the knees. And then we're going to come down onto the forearm. So if you need to, you might need to fold the mat over so you have a bit of extra padding under the knees. And if it starts to feel too much at any point, maybe you can ease out of it, release, relax the legs. If we can, like so, we're going to take the knees as wide as we feel we can, ankles in line with the knees, coming down onto the forearms. And then I want you to try and squeeze the legs together. So without the legs moving, we're just trying to draw the knees down into the ground, squeezing the legs so we're stretching through the inside of the thighs. And then if you feel comfortable too, we're just going to rock the weight forwards and backwards. So you push the hips towards the heels, and so drawing the weight forwards again so the chest comes kind of towards the hands. And we just slowly shift that weight backwards and forwards. Still we're trying to squeeze the legs, driving the knees into the floor. It's just as far as you feel you can. We'll gently hold to the center. We can ease back up and we can draw the legs back in. And we'll sink into child's pose. So we can push those hips back towards the heels. Release the arms out in front of you. And just relax into the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, so ease back up onto all fours. We're going to step the right foot forwards and outside the hands. So we come into a kneeling lunge. The knees roughly over the ankle, the heels are going to stay down. We're going to squeeze the legs, we'll lift the hands, taking them overhead. Keeping that squeezing the legs as we do. If this feels enough, stay here. If we want a little bit more, we can try and lift the left foot off the floor, reaching back to take hold of the ankle, drawing the heel in, but still squeezing the legs. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently lower the leg. If we lifted it, we can lower the hands back to the floor. And we can step the right foot back. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll step the left foot forwards outside the hands this time. We'll squeeze the legs. And then we'll take those hands overhead, keeping that squeezing the legs as we do. Again, if this is enough, stay here. If you want that a little bit more though, we can lift the right ankle, taking hold of it, drawing it in, still squeezing the legs as we do. A little bit longer. Let's take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release the leg if we've lifted it. We'll bring the hands back to the floor. We're going to step the left foot back. And then we'll tuck the toes under, we'll lift the knees. We'll step the feet forwards and together. And just allow those arms to hang heavy. And we'll just hold into a forward fold here. So slight bend in the knees, allowing the arms to hang heavy. And keeping those arms heavy, we're going to slowly start to roll up to standing. Once we get to standing, I like to circle the arms overhead. We'll bring the palms of the hands together, and then we're going to add a back bend. So we're just going to arch backwards. As we do, really focus on the squeeze through the bum, the back of the legs, so we look after the lower back. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, just release the arms and allow them to come down to your sides. We come back into our forward fold, so we'll just drop the chin down towards the chest, let the arms go heavy. And we'll slowly roll down towards the floor. Keeping a slight bend in the knees as we do, just going as far towards the ground as we feel we can. And we're going to bend the legs to bring the hands to the floor. I like to step the right foot back so we come into a lunge position. Now if we need to, we can lower the right knee to the floor. If not, we're going to keep the right knee lifted. I like to squeeze the legs. We're going to keep the right hand on the floor. We're going to take the left hand towards the ceiling so we turn into a rotation. Again, if it gets too much, right knee comes down, the left hand towards the ceiling, squeeze the legs. We look out over that left thigh. If we want to, we can bring the hand down towards the right hip, still drawing that left shoulder back, so we're still getting that rotation. Good. We'll take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can bring the hand back to the floor. And then we can step the right foot in to come back into our forward fold. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, so we'll bend the legs. Hands on the floor again, we'll step the left foot back this time. Lunge position if we need to. Left knee can come down to the floor. If we can, we're going to keep it lifted. We're going to squeeze those legs. And then we'll take the right hand towards the ceiling this time, so we look out over the right thigh. Again, we can bring the hand down to the left hip, keeping that shoulder drawn back, depending on what feels comfortable. And like I said, anytime we need to, that knee can come down to the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can bring the hand back to the floor. We're going to step the left foot in. We're going to come back into our forward fold, allow those arms to hang heavy. And keeping the arms heavy, we're going to slowly start to roll up to standing. Once we get to standing, I like to circle the arms overhead, bring the palms of the hands together, and we're going to our back bend again. So we arch backwards, squeeze into the back of the legs, the glutes, to look after that lower back. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently release the arms. Allow them to come down to your sides. From here, we're just going to bring the hands behind us, like to interlace the fingers. Pull the hands down to straighten the arms out. And then we're just going to take them as far away from the back of the body as we feel we can. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently release. A little bit of a bend in the knees. We're going to slowly roll down towards the floor, switch into the chest. Arms are heavy. We'll just roll as far down towards the floor as we feel we can. Then here we can take the arms behind the legs. We can just try and hug ourselves a little bit deeper in towards that forward fold. Try and draw the head a little bit closer towards the shins. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just release the arms. We can bend the legs, take the hands to the floor, and then we're just going to set the feet a little bit wider. And we're going to lower the hips down, lowering into a squat. So we just sink as low into a squat as we feel we can get to. Then we can lift the hands off the floor, draw the shoulder blades back, squeeze the legs, and we just hold as deep a squat as we feel we can. Keeping that squeeze through the legs as we do. We're not going to hold it for too long. Now, if it's squat starting to feel too much, then you come down to a seated position. But we're here just for a little bit longer, just a fraction. Keep that squeeze in the legs. Try to keep that chest as lifted as possible. And then we can take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can gently lower ourselves down to a seated position. And we'll take the legs out in front of us. And we're going to keep the left leg out in front of us. We're going to bend the right leg, bring the foot to the floor, either inside the leg, or if we feel we can, we'll step it over the left thigh, bringing the foot flat to the floor. We use the left arm to hug the knee in towards us. And then we're going to twist to look as far over the right shoulder as we can, sitting up nice and tall as we do. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we gently release. And we can release the leg. We'll do the same thing going the other way. So we'll bend the left leg this time, right leg's out in front of us. Foot to the floor either inside the right leg, or we step it over. We use the right arm to hug the left knee in towards us, so we twist. Look as far over the left shoulder as we can, sit up nice and tall as we do. And we take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently untwist and we can release the leg. From here we get to lie down. So we gently just make our way down onto our backs. And then we're going to bend the right leg. We're going to take hold of the back of the thigh, and then we're going to extend the leg, taking the foot towards the ceiling. Here we can either keep hold of the thigh, or if you feel you can reach the calf, take hold of the calf. But please don't grab hold of the back of the knee, because when we start to pull on the leg, we can do some damage to the knee, and we don't want to do that. So either thigh or calf. We're going to take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to ease the leg in towards us until we feel that stretch in the back of the thigh, and hold it there. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently start to release the leg. Allow the foot to come down towards the floor. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So we'll bend the left leg, we'll take hold of the back of the thigh. Then we'll extend the leg, foot towards the ceiling. So either keep hold of the thigh, take hold of the calf, and then we'll gently ease the leg in towards us until we feel that stretch in the back of the thigh, and we'll hold it there. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently release. And slowly allow the legs come down to the floor. And then from here, we'll bring the soles of the feet together again. And just allow those knees to drop out to the sides. And then from here, we've just got some relaxation. So just find a position that feels comfortable to you. And once you're comfortable, I just like to take your focus onto your breathing. And we'll take those nice deep breaths in and out. So just like at the start of the class, every time you breathe in, you want to draw that breath down towards the stomach, allow the stomach to rise. And as you breathe out again, just allow the stomach to drop back down. And if you want, you can take your focus down towards your lower body. Maybe just curl the toes down and start to squeeze through all those muscles of the lower body. So through your calves, your thighs, your glutes. Squeeze and build the tension in all those muscles. And just hold it there. And then on the next breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel your legs sink a little bit heavier into the floor. Your feet might just drop out to the sides. And we can do the same thing with the upper body as well. We can place our hands into fists and just start to squeeze through the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, into the back of the neck. And really squeeze and build that tension. And we'll hold it there. And then on the next exhale, just let go of all that tension in the upper body. So the shoulders drop away from the ears, the arms sink that a little bit heavier into the floor. Then we'll slowly start to bring some awareness back towards the body. So maybe just gently wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. And then just gently and slowly like to make your way back to a seated position. And then from our seated position, we'll take a nice deep breath in. As you do, just allow the arms to drift overhead. And as you breathe out, just relax your shoulders. And we'll circle the arms back and down. And we'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath. As you breathe out, just relax the shoulders. And we'll circle the arms back and down. Fantastic work, guys.